Hey guys, welcome to another video. It is time for a homeschool update. I have not done one of these since technically the end of school year, I think, last year. So quick recap, for those of you who don't know, we are an international homeschooling family, as in we live in Greece, but we are registered for homeschooling in Victoria, Australia. We follow the calendar year of homeschooling. Technically, last year, which was our first homeschooling year, we started in May and finished in December, but I did say that I was gonna follow like January to December and kind of just go calendar wise rather than like following the actual school system to a T. Now, with that being said, let's go on a small recap of the end of our first homeschool year before I jump into the first couple of months of this year and why I'm doing an update in March instead of February or January for said months. So first things first, I have to say December is definitely not a proper homeschooling month. I had seen on Instagram, YouTube and stuff, I had seen other moms, other homeschooling families basically, call it like Christmas school or December school or holiday school or just something other than like the usual school like December. And I will admit, the moment the Christmas tree was up, it was just not happening. Things were not working the way they would normally. We were still getting work done and we still tied up everything, and we had finished quite a bit of our work in early November, so we didn't have that much left for December in all reality. But even that was kind of like yeah. So definitely one thing I'm going to be changing this year is December is going to be like Christmas school, that kind of thing. Like maybe a unit study to kind of cover most of our subjects and stuff, but still, yeah. Because a lot of people take December off completely, especially those who follow the Australian homeschooling system, where like December is summertime in Australia. We are not in Australia right now, we are in Greece, so that technically doesn't really work for us because December is like right in the middle of winter. It doesn't make sense to like stop for like a long period of time at that point. But yeah, now moving on from that, we tied up the year nicely. And I was really excited to move into the new year. I had all these plans. I decided that I was going to do only like about a week, 10 days tops of holiday time over like Christmas and New Year. And then we would start homeschool again pretty much from the get-go on the 2nd of January. Because in all reality, we weren't really doing anything special. And we're at home. It's the dead of winter, as I said. There was no point in not starting back homeschooling again, normally just starting our new year. New curriculum, a whole bunch of stuff, super excited, and everything's awesome. So just when we're about to get started, hubby's schedule flipped completely. As in completely. He started doing night shifts, he started everything just completely turned on its head. So this at that moment, like when they first told us, was a very, very temporary thing, like a few days, a week tops. So I thought, you know what, that's okay. We'll just take an extra week off. It is what it is. I didn't want to take too long of a break because very long breaks just don't work out for us. But I was like, it's okay. It's okay. The 1 week turned into 5 weeks of completely upheaved schedule. His work schedule was like, it would change every 5 days, and then it was just it kind of got predictable towards the end of the 5 weeks, but until that point we were just kind of in a constant like, this will be the last few days, this will be the last few days. Like it was a constant like temporary thing. I mean, if someone had told me it's going to be a 5 week thing, I feel like I would have planned differently. And I'm very like, if I don't have a plan, if I don't know what's happening and everything is kind of constantly being changed, like nonstop, I just can't. I can't get into a rhythm. I can't get into a routine. I can't do anything. So what ended up happening was January was pretty much, the girls are listening to music in the background, which means copyright issues. Awesome. What's up? What was I saying? I've been interrupted because what is my life? So basically January just went out the window. The first 10 to, technically a couple of weeks of February also pretty much went out the window because it was just, there was no sitting down and getting work done because half the time we were trying to be super quiet because hubby was sleeping, or half the time he was home at times that he normally wouldn't be, and they were kind of getting too excited and wanting to play with him and not wanting to sit down and actually get work done, which was just Yeah, so basically we didn't really start anything properly until mid-February. So basically what ended up happening is my 1 week of like holiday time, like taking off 1 week, turned into technically almost 2 months. How do I always do this? I don't know. I don't know how I always do this. So we took off an enormous amount of time. Like we ended up just not doing anything for the longest period of time, which means that then once hubby went back to work, I found myself mid-February at the stages where I was last year after our long summer break, where I had to find a way to get back into a schedule. And I think the biggest problem with us is that we haven't been homeschooling for that long. So it's like we're not used to it as yet. Like it's not really second nature to us. It's not something that we're, you know, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know if I'm making sense, but it's like not necessarily ingrained in the way we kind of work and function. As much as we like want to do it and love doing it, I feel like taking off large chunks of time kind of gets us back into like the previous mindset we had before school started, before we started homeschooling and all that. So it's kind of, we definitely struggled quite a bit because I was feeling quite overwhelmed because of the way everything had been upheaved and getting back into it. Yeah, it's like it takes a lot of really just sitting down and being like, this is what we're doing, and just sticking to my guns until we finally get back into routine. That has proved very difficult. And I think the fact is that Iris is also starting to like need something a bit more structured. She is gonna be 4 in July, which I feel she's still young, but at the same time she needs something. Like she does need something to do that kind of looks like what her sister's doing, technically, you know, like homeschool, but you know. So I do think I need to figure that part out as well, because that is starting to cause a few minor issues. With all that being said, technically we have spent the last couple of weeks of February, as we are now, today's like, I don't know, the 7th of March as I film this. The second half of February was just me trying to let go of the idea of we need to do everything and just go, okay, we're gonna do a bit of writing today. We're gonna do a bit of reading today. We're gonna do some maths today. Like just cutting down significantly, just doing a little bit of work every day, kind of focusing on the fact that we need to get used to doing homeschool every morning. That is pretty much it. Like my goal for February just became, I want to do at least 1 page of something a day so that we are used to just getting up in the mornings and doing something every day. That worked out slowly, very slowly. We are finally now, as March has started, we are finally not doing more work, but we are able to kind of do, I would say, let's say a page of, yes, like a page of math, a page of phonics, page of handwriting. Like just very simple, straightforward, just, you know, sticking to the basics for now. I have a whole bunch of like new curriculum that I will share with you guys in one of the next videos, but I have not gotten to any of it, so it's still brand new. And I was so excited. I have like history, I have science, just all the things. I wanted to do all the things with her. Not like really crazy intense or anything. She is grade 1 after all, but she does enjoy these kind of things, and I feel like it's a good way to kind of incorporate other subjects by, you know, using these subjects as well. So I was super excited about those things. We have not started any of that. We haven't started any history, any science. We do have Greek work, which I do use like an app for that. So she does that on her iPad, which is much easier to get her to do. I had hoped to do like things like art and what was it? My brain just froze. Geography, we have been doing a page of geography because I've been using, I do not remember what it's called right now. It's kind of a workbook. I will show that in the curriculum video, but yeah, just lighter work, just getting into the whole, let's get used to doing homeschool every morning. That's you know, because right now, the way we are right now, this is what suits our style. Like getting up in the mornings, getting some work done in the mornings, and that is that. I do hope that will change in the future, and we will be doing a lot more like heading out and doing things out of the home. But for now, this is what we can do. And I have to say, large breaks do not work for us, like at all, in any way, shape, or form. Just no. Can you hear them? So yeah, so that's pretty much where we are right now with our homeschool. So pretty much wrapping it up, we are technically at the very, very beginning of our homeschool year. Our second homeschool year, grade 1, technically. Yeah, it's exciting, it's fun. It has been stressful and it has definitely, like, I was thrown for a loop. Like, I don't like big changes. I don't like, in all reality, I think it's more so the changes that are temporary and you don't know when that temporary is gonna end. Like, there's no set time frame that you can kind of control in a sense. So, and also, by the way, I had my beautiful, beautiful planner, which I have not been able to use properly for the past 2 months. And I've hated it because I feel like I'm not using it properly and I've wasted, because I set it up. I had all the ideas, I had all the plans, and I set it up for January and February, and then I've barely used it for January and February, and I hate it. I hate the fact that I haven't used it properly, not the planner. I absolutely love the planner. For those of you who don't know, it is the School Nest planner, homeschool lesson planning minimalist notebook. I am in love with it, and I just hope that moving forward, I can use this properly. That is all I have to say. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not gonna ramble on. I will see you guys in the next video, which will probably, the next homeschool video will be my curriculum picks for grade 1 for this year. It'll be pretty much close to when everyone else kind of starts doing their curriculum videos for like next year kind of thing anyway, so I guess I'll just fall right into that. But yeah, things definitely did not go the way I thought they would, and I think that's the thing with homeschool, is that you can adapt. That's kind of the beauty of it, adapting, changing, evolving. I just need to realize that and actually embrace that, because it's harder than you think. Embracing the fact that you can change and alter things, and you can, you know, stop when you have to, because life is just life, and then, yeah. Anyway, that is all for my little homeschool update, guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.